I had Lopez winning the first 6 rounds and the 12th. Easy. You understand? To me, I'm talking about in terms of numbers, number of rounds, that was it for me.
He's got the defensive mastercraft, and he also has the aggressive power to turn your lights out. And I think that's quite different. Do you know what I mean? Like Shakur, I say defensive. I think that's a bit harsh on Shakur, but he's not a huge puncher, but defensively and skill-wise, he is right up there as technical fighter. Oh, phenomenal.
Nah, it's a very interesting fight because I done came up with this guy. I done won a lot of tournaments in the amateurs with this guy. I done won world titles, and I done seen him win his world titles on his journey. So this is somebody who I came up with. So I know that the mentality and the fight is a lot different than any other fight that I kind of trained for. So it's one of them ones. That's how I look at it. I don't look at it like he just another guy. I know that he the truth. I'm the truth. And
Stephen A. Smith says Shakur Stevenson will lose because Teofimo Lopez brings explosive quickness, sharp defense, relentless pressure, and stronger power that can overwhelm him.
23 years of age, I'm a champion, and you're going to have to come take this from me. I'm not giving you a damn thing. I loved his quickness. We know about Lopez's power, but I'm talking about his lead.
Stephen A. Smith says boxing's knockout instinct is real and believes Teofimo can stop Shakur.
They're the bravest of the brave as far as I'm concerned. I look at it and I say, the addiction to the knockout is always there.
Eddie Hearn says Shakur faces a significant size disadvantage, and Teofimo is a fighter whose skills cannot be underestimated.
A lot of people give Shakur the edge in that fight. Yeah. But do you think it depends on what Teofimo shows up?
Yeah, it always depends on what Teofimo shows up. I think Shakur beats him.
Yeah.
But the weight, again, right? Don't forget, Teofimo's a big 140.
Yeah.
Shakur is probably a small 135. Right? Or not really a big 135.
Yeah.
Teofimo's talking about going to 147. So you have a big size disadvantage going into that fight. But someone like Shakur is only going to get beat when he moves up and loses his advantage necessarily against a much bigger and stronger guy.
Yeah.
But I think that's a fiddly fight, don't you? I mean, I don't expect it to be this fight.
Yeah.
I think Teofimo's very awkward and Shakur's very smart. And
Shakur admits that at times Teofimo was ahead, and after beating Lomachenko, Teofimo showed skills surpassing Shakur's level.
he actually passed me at a certain point in time because he had got the Lomachenko fight.
Gotcha.
And when he got the Lomachenko fight, he beat Lomachenko. So
Gotcha.
it was a certain point in time where Teo was kind of ahead, where he had all the belts, and he was a man at a point in time.
You're coming up another weight class for the 4th time in your professional career. To help you prepare right now, are you lifting heavier? Are you sparring heavier partners? How do you prepare for this weight?
Honestly, I'm not really even worried about the weight too much because at the end of the day, 135 and 140 is just 5 pounds away. So
right.
I know that skills pay the bills and size don't win fights. So as long as I'm the better fighter in the ring come fight night, I'm not worried about weight and whether he's bigger, I'm bigger. It doesn't matter as long as I'm better.
You have a perfect record of 24-0 right now, and I've seen you training with Crawford, Floyd Mayweather, 2 of the sport's greatest to ever do it. I think your name is going to be right there if it's not already. What does it mean having the confidence of 2 of the GOATs in the sport?
Shakur is determined to challenge himself against the very best in the division.
Do they have any advice for staying undefeated that long?
I mean, nah, I think it ain't really nothing that you could say to stay undefeated. It just got to be a thing. You got to go work hard every time out. Every time you get your name called and you got to fight, you got to put extra work and grind, discipline, and stay focused. And I don't even think there's nothing that they can really tell me a secret to staying undefeated. I think it's more so just me staying locked in, staying focused the entire time.
That's number 1. Dedication.
That's the main thing.
So your opponent, he has a little blemish on his record. He lost to Kambosos. How does losing in boxing kind of affect your preparation, mental, even when you step in the ring?
I mean, it clearly ain't bothering him because, and that's how I know he one of them ones. He got a great mentality. After he lost to Kambosos, he went up to 140 and he dominated against guys like Josh Taylor, He put on great performance.
Teofimo says he's confident that by the end of the fight, he will be the one with his hand raised.
I did some good training today, did some stuff that I needed to shave off. I leave tomorrow, so today I just came here to drop off some tickets for Aiden and also see a little bit of the fights before I gotta leave.
One of the biggest wins in your career, I remember being in lockdown watching this, was Lomachenko. How does this fight rank in terms of overcoming those odds, overcoming the public, in terms of overcoming the public's mindset in terms of having you as the underdog? Because you're a big underdog against Lomachenko. You're not as big underdog against Shakur, but you're the underdog all the same. And when you shock the world when you beat Lomachenko.
I look at it like the outcome will remain the same with my hand raised, and look at it just like, what did I learn from all these previous fights of being in that position of an underdog? What is it going to teach me on fight week? What is it going to teach me come January 31st inside the ring against Shakur Stevenson?
Shakur says he has noticed many mistakes in Teofimo's style, with one major flaw he cannot reveal before the fight.
In his fighting style, are you looking to expose come fight night?
I got to keep my secrets to myself. A good chef never says his recipe. So, it's a lot of mistakes he make. It's a lot of mistakes that I've been watching over the years that he make, and it's one that's a very big mistake that's going to be capitalized come January 31st. And I already played it out of my brain a million times, and it's nothing he gonna be able to do to stop it.
Tell us, one time you said that you think Teo might be jealous of you, specifically from his comments, and I quote, he said, ESPN only likes black fighters.
Yeah.
What did this mean to you when you saw it?
I think it was more so a jealousy, but not just being realistic about what was going on at the time. I think if you looked at my views on regular TV, because people try to act like, oh, regular TV, that's a...
Teofimo Lopez says Shakur Stevenson's biggest weakness is choosing to fight him, calling it a mistake. Lopez describes himself as the best fighter there will ever be and embraces the challenge with confidence. He explains that every fight he faces moving forward is the biggest of his career, emphasizing that he seeks only big fights. Lopez aims to excite fans and bring high-level competition, stating his goal is to make boxing great again. He looks forward to facing Shakur, arguably the best defensive fighter, and is eager to demonstrate his skills, power, and strategy in what promises to be a thrilling matchup in 2026.
Weakness is choosing me to fight me. Yeah, I don't think he should. I think he made a mistake trying to fight me.
How so? Because you're dangerous?
I'm the best that there will ever be. I'm the best that there'll ever be. And I mean that.
Is this the biggest fight of your career? Will this mean more to you than the win of Lomachenko, which arguably is the biggest win of your career?
I think I'm in a position now. Every fight that I face, any fighter that I face, will be the biggest fight of my career moving forward.
Big fights only.
That's what we like to see. I think that's what the fight fans love to see and want to tune into. And this is what I'm all about. I represent Make Boxing Great Again, and this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna start it off this year, 2026, like that, against Shakur Stevenson, who is arguably the best defensive fighter. And I'm looking forward to show everybody that he is not what they say he is.
Zakian Moses offers his insights on Teofimo Lopez, describing him as an exceptional and accomplished fighter with no weaknesses to criticize. He specifically highlights Lopez's win over Vasily Lomachenko, a victory that solidified his position as one of the top fighters in the division and earned him widespread respect. Moses acknowledges that Lopez's skills, experience, and championship pedigree make him a dangerous opponent for anyone in the 140-pound category. At the same time, Moses recognizes Shakur Stevenson's talent, noting that he has observed Stevenson in the ring with several elite fighters. He praises Stevenson's ability to control fights, maintain composure, and keep his opponents in check, emphasizing that these qualities make him a formidable challenger. Although betting odds slightly favor Stevenson heading into the matchup, Moses is not surprised given Lopez's record and overall capabilities.
I see Shakur just beating Teo up. I see Shakur figuring Teo out. And I see Shakur just doing what he do.
What do you think of Teofimo Lopez?
I think Teo a great fighter. I don't really got no bad thing to say about Teo. I just know how Shakur coming. I seen him in there with a lot of great fighters. I seen how he control people. People be in their place when they in the ring with him. And I think Teo a great fighter. He accomplished a lot. He really, like, when he beat Lomachenko, he really was like, he was a top dog at the time. Everybody was looking at him as a top dog. So Teo's a great fighter, and I can't wait till next week to see how that fight goes.
Yeah, because
I know how it's gonna go, but I can't wait for everybody else to see.
right now the bookies have slightly favored Shakur, and to some people that's a surprise given that Teo is the champion.
Moses stresses that regardless of predictions, fans can expect an exciting and competitive fight. He highlights Lopez's determination and work ethic, noting that whenever Lopez sets a goal, he achieves it. Moses expects both fighters to weigh in at 140 pounds and eagerly anticipates seeing how the matchup plays out, confident that it will be a showcase of skill, strategy, and resilience.
To some people that's a surprise given that Teo is the champion, but to you it's no surprise.
Yeah, it's no surprise at all. There's no doubt in my mind that just know it's gonna be a great fight. Just know it's gonna be a great fight.
Do you think it'll stay at 140 though?
Stay at 140. Depending on how you feeling, depending on how you look. He can do a lot, man. Anything he put his mind to, that's one person that I can't say. Anything he put his mind to, he achieve it.
Yeah.
I saw it firsthand.
Wade Plemons provides an in-depth breakdown of the highly anticipated Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson matchup, stressing that size alone will not dictate the outcome. While Lopez holds a noticeable physical advantage at 140 pounds, Plemons points out that this does not automatically prevent Stevenson from performing at a high level. Stevenson's skill set, particularly his defensive mastery and ability to control the pace of a fight, ensures that he remains a serious threat despite Lopez's size and power. Plemons highlights Lopez's versatility, noting that his capacity to box effectively on both the front and back foot could surprise fans who assume Stevenson will dominate from the outset. Lopez's stronger resume and experience at the highest level make him a formidable opponent, capable of challenging Stevenson in multiple areas.
What needs to happen more in boxing? You even heard Teo talk about I thought it'd happen years down the line, where we both get what we need to get done and then have this fight. I don't like that mentality. Not that it's Teo's mentality.
According to Plemons, the fight will hinge on strategy, preparation, and execution. Key factors include whether Lopez can push Stevenson out of his comfort zone while maintaining control on the front foot, or whether Stevenson can use his defensive skills to evade, counter, and disrupt Lopez's rhythm. Ultimately, Plemons frames the matchup as a tactical and strategic battle where Lopez's aggression meets Stevenson's defensive intelligence. He predicts a closely contested fight, with both fighters needing to implement their game plans perfectly. Fans can expect a high-level boxing contest where physicality, skill, and strategy will all play critical roles in determining the victor.
The way he fights either, just saying, I don't expect this to be because Teo is so big at 140, Shakur somehow now can't beat him, because Teo's not a big 140 pounder, but I do think Teo's boxing ability on the front foot, on the back foot, is going to surprise people in this fight. If they just think Shakur is going to come in and sauce up Teo and that's going to be it, I think people are in for a rude awakening. I think Teofimo Lopez, if you didn't already know, by the fact that he's got a better resume than Shakur, and he's the bigger, quote-unquote, bigger fighter, I think he's going to give a boxing display that's going to be on par with Shakur, and I think it'll come down mostly to who implements game plan better in terms of can Teo get Shakur out of his comfort zone on the front foot and then counter him, or can Shakur do what he does defensively, evade, attack off his back foot.
Teofimo Lopez is preparing for a tough night in the ring, and Bruce Carrington breaks down why Shakur Stevenson could make the fight more demanding than many expect. While Lopez remains confident in his own ability, he acknowledges that opponents like Fulton have impressed fans and proven that victories alone don't define a fighter's skill. Lopez believes that his combination of talent, preparation, and experience places him above most competitors in the 140-pound division, and he is determined to use this fight as a platform to showcase his ability. Looking at Shakur's style, Lopez notes his effective jab and strong power, which he often uses to control opponents and create opportunity. However, Lopez has studied similar fighters extensively and believes he has prepared counters for everything Stevenson might bring to the ring. He is confident in his strategy and intends to execute it from start to finish, aiming to dominate and deliver an entertaining performance for fans.
I know with my skills and my abilities that I'm just levels above this guy and above a lot of guys that's in my weight division, and I'm gonna use him as an example to show that.
Okay, so naturally you're familiar with Castro. Have you watched tape on him? Obviously, you've seen
for sure.
Or give me your expectations and kind of break it down without giving away too much of the juice, right? But just literally, what are your thoughts and expectations for the 31st for yourself?
Man, I expect him to, come out, jabbing. He has a pretty good jab. He uses it very often. setting up his shots, and then he depends on his power a lot as well too. I see that he'll probably try to use that against me to, try to break me down.
Although Lopez is on the undercard, he draws energy from the electric atmosphere of the arena, especially when fighting in New York. The crowd's intensity fuels his determination to perform at his best. With unwavering focus, confidence, and full preparation, Lopez is ready to execute his game plan. His mindset and readiness promise a competitive, high-paced, and thrilling fight, setting the stage for an impressive showcase of skill and strategy.
I have answers for everything that he throws. Like, I've seen guys like him. I've fought similar opponents as him. So I kind of figured out ways to beat him, from A to Z and more. Yeah, man, this is gonna be a shutdown. I definitely see myself really, putting on a show.
And naturally, it's on the undercard, man. But I want to get to it, like you said, the big room at the Garden, man. You being a New York guy, right?
Yeah.
Coach Rell sees the matchup between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez as a defining moment in Stevenson's career. From his perspective, Lopez is not just a powerful fighter, but also highly experienced and technically skilled, capable of controlling the flow of a bout and setting the pace to his advantage. His speed and offensive aggression make him a constant threat, meaning Stevenson must be fully prepared for a demanding and tactical contest. Despite Lopez's strength, Rell believes Stevenson has tools that could tip the balance in his favor. Stevenson's defensive awareness, precise timing, and ability to read his opponent allow him to avoid unnecessary risks while creating openings for counterattack.
We all been seeing you working with Core. I think this is y'all second camp together?
Yeah. Second camp together? Third. You got hurt.
What's your thoughts on that fight? Probably the biggest name that he's seen so far.
Bro, dude just know how he got the Floyd Mayweather effect. He know how to make you fighters fight. What I don't want him to do is go in there with the mindset like he did with his last fight. You know what I'm saying? Trying to prove something to somebody, to all these people that's going to buy a ticket to the next fight, no matter if he win boring or if he win.
According to Rell, the key lies in adhering to the carefully crafted strategy, staying disciplined, exploiting weaknesses when they appear, and adjusting to Lopez's patterns as the fight unfolds. Rell emphasizes that the bout will not be won through brute force alone. It will require mental focus, patience, and the ability to make split-second decisions under pressure. Stevenson's adaptability and composure, combined with his technical skills, give him the potential to neutralize Lopez's aggression. Ultimately, Rell sees the fight as a chess match in the ring, where strategy, anticipation, and smart execution will determine the victor more than raw power or size.
So I want him to go in there and beat Shakur Stevenson. If that's winning the fight with just a jab, win it with just a jab. Winning it with.
Is it hard to silence out everybody's expectations and just do what you need to do to just win this fight?
In front of your fans, fighting in front of your family. So then when you on levels like this, this don't mean nothing. You've been there before, you blocked out your family.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.